Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of PurityVanilla. And before we get started here, I just want to thank you all so much for your support and your subscriptions, your likes and comments and everything. We have just reached 5,000 subscribers pretty recently here. I will be doing a special episode of a scary type video, scary Minecraft video. We'll be using a horror mod and my wife's making me do it. I hate horror. I've said this a lot of times, but I did not even expect my channel to ever hit like 100 subscribers way back in the day, like 5.5 years ago, so 5,000 is absolutely crazy, and I thank you all so much for your support. It means a lot. Today we've got a bit of a different episode. I know we've been doing a lot of base raiding recently. We do have a little bit of that in today's episode, but mostly we are going to be going over Atlas, the new group that I have joined. We finally get to do some building, some base building. We are in a active group that is actively building and constructing this new place. It's super awesome. So I'm excited to get to that today. But first, I want to start with the Shivering Isles, which is the place that I have found in this clip here. This is some old griefed base that I don't know a whole lot about, but it was apparently at least fairly well known. From the looks of it, it seems like it used to be a really cool place as well. You can see some farms over here, and then this big, like, castle thing, which looks epic. Like I said, I do want to keep the base raiding part of this video really short because we've been doing a lot of it lately, but I happened to stumble across this while flying as well. This is the ruins of a base owned by a group called Elysium, which has since disbanded. This place was griefed by a group called Chadlets. They are a very well-known griefing group, and there are a couple locations under this griefed Elysium base where Chadlets didn't get to. So that's what I discovered today. They are owned by a player named Rayo. I think that's how you say it, Rayo. Again, we didn't get anything super crazy, but these farms are still standing. There's, this diamond axe, which is pretty decent, and we happen to find some even better stuff in a little bit. Now, at the time when I was raiding this base, I checked, and Rayo was actually online, so I was terrified that he was going to come back. I didn't know it was, part of a griefed base with a disbanded group, so he probably doesn't even come here anymore, but I was terrified. There are also some pretty cool farms that I managed to find, such as this lava farm. It's a new 1.17 type of farm that you can do with dripstone, which I thought was really cool to see. Here's the part that's a little bit more interesting, though. Underneath this griefed Elysium base, I found Rayo's villager hall. I always mark these down as waypoints because villager halls are really good to have as different locations on the map, so that you can come and you can restock and you can do a bunch of different trades here. So it was really cool to see this completely ungriefed. So before we get to what that thing on the left there with the fire is, I just want to do a really quick recap. Our base raids for this episode are done. So where am I right now? What exactly is going on? I joined a group called Atlas because the old group that I was in, Nose Titanite, disbanded due to inactivity. Nobody was playing anymore. That base is now raided. So I joined this new group ran by a guy named Crash Override, who's super nice. Everybody in the group is so sweet, and it's really fun to play with active players who are really nice as well. I traveled over like 500,000 blocks because I was super far away from this base, so really glad to get here. And when I got here, I was greeted by a surprise. They built me this 5,000 subscriber sign just because they felt like it. Like I said, these dudes are so sweet. It is awesome to be in an Anarchy group that is actually really nice and fun to play with, and I love hanging out with them in voice chat and everything. Now, at the time of this recording, there wasn't really much around the base, but after this time-lapse, I'm going to show you what the base looks like now. There's so many more builds, there's farms, there's a lot of stuff I'm really excited to show you. But for now, I want to get started on building my part of the base, which starts with this amethyst tower. Enjoy the time-lapse. So, yeah. This is our start to our builds on the base. I don't know who put these here. What? Did somebody destroy an amethyst block here? What the goodness is going on here? One of my favorite parts about this base, though, is how it sounds when you walk on it. So I'm just gonna shut up and walk around, and hopefully you can hear it okay. I love walking on it. Oh, it sounds so nice! It sounds so pretty! Now this was only started, this whole entire base was only started a few days ago, so I want you to keep that in mind. We don't have any, like, massive builds. Kind of. We have some pretty big ones. What the goodness is this? I have no idea. Maybe part of the villager breeder, because we do have a bit of a villager hall. It's not completely working yet, but over here you can see we're starting to get some librarians and stuff. They do have like channeling. I think there's a mending book here. Yeah, there it is. And you know, we've got some more villagers over this way. Quite a few of them. We've got, you know, the blacksmiths and the why are there trapdoors now? These guys seem way harder to talk to with these trapdoors. Yeah, well, you know, clerics and all that. You can trade away your rotten flesh and all that. It's a beautiful, beautiful thing. I don't really know what this tower is. It looks pretty cool though, and I think we have like a snow farm up there for some reason. Oh, look, it's Crash. Crash override himself. We've got this big, gigantic gold farm. I think gold farms look so cool. It's just these big nether portals up there. And then if we come down here, you can see... I didn't expect it to work this well on PurityVanilla, just because of, you know, TPS and things like that. We've got a pretty decent collection of gold already, unless Crash has moved it. I think we've got... Yeah, he already moved some, but when I was logged on earlier today, we had an entire chest... entire double chest full of golden nuggets, which is so awesome. He's been moving them around and making gapples and things. And then the other day, I was gonna record it, but I forgot. I made this little bamboo farm. It's nothing much. We're gonna have to expand it because it's not quite fast enough, but I'll show you real quick. So we basically got the bamboo growing. Once it gets high enough, it hits the observer, then the pistons go, they knock it down, it hits the glass, falls down into these hoppers. It's just not fast enough. I only built 2 layers of it. It's really easily layerable, so we can get that sorted. We can build up higher, we can build probably next to it, and then things like that. You can also see my experience levels over there, because this thing is a really good XP farm, especially when you just kind of AFK it for a while, and then you just walk in and the experience orbs give you like 50 levels. It's pretty crazy. And honestly, I'm still learning my way around the space, and it's just growing so rapidly, it's hard to remember what all we have and what new stuff has been going on, but we've got zombies, we've got villagers, we've got a whole setup here, really. I am curious whose tower this is, though, so maybe we'll check this out real quick. Oh, it is a nice little house. I thought it was some sort of unfinished thing, but dang, look at all that wood and everything. This looks a bit different from when I last saw it. We've got these shulker boxes here just of building supplies and such, but it's also a nice view of the 5K sign. I literally had no idea. I just got here. They're like, wait, don't come yet. I'm like, what are you talking about? You've been telling me to get here fast and everything. They're like, oh, we're working on something. We don't want you to see it. There's also this parkour up to the gold farm, which I'm not even gonna attempt. While I really love raiding, and we've been doing a lot of raiding videos lately, I do want to be able to do build projects like this. I want to be able to, you know, maybe do some server history stuff with, you know, building highways or you know, stuff like that. That actually impacts the server rather than just raiding all the time. So if you enjoy the raiding, let me know, and obviously we'll keep doing that as we come across bases. But I love doing sit-down projects like this as well, and finally having a place to call home, because it's been a while since I've had a place where I could really sit down and get into it with Nos Tight Night. That just didn't really happen because nobody was really active. So I'm super excited to be here. Thank you so much to Atlas for having me, and I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoyed the video. Make sure you leave a like and subscribe if you haven't already. We've just hit 5K again. Thank you very much for that. I'll see you in the next one, and goodbye!